This is Luke Paulson, the Catholic Conservative, and welcome to the news of the week for
October 7th, 2023.
And if you enjoy these videos, do not forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more.
The Bible in the Octagon. I normally do not pay any attention to sports because I believe that it is a waste of time. A friend actually brought this story to my attention. Bryce Mitchell has previously claimed that the government created the China virus. 1 week ago, he brought a Bible into the Octagon declaring that it gives him freedom. He subsequently won the match. He stated that you cannot say things like that in the NFL. There are people who would have never considered reading the good book without Mr. Mitchell taking this stance. We need more people to spread the good news about the good book. The strike is over. The writers' strike is over, and I am going to miss it. They were complaining about not making enough. Meanwhile, the rest of us have higher bills because of the same policies that they advocate for. So pardon me if I have no sympathy for a bunch of rich snobs. Where are the Occupy Wall Street people when you need them? Where are the people that want to eat the rich when you need them? Either way, they are going back to business as usual. They will go back to destroying beloved franchises with the same political ideology. I knew that the best mouthpieces of Operation Mockingbird is here to remind you to never question the official narrative, would not be kept quiet indefinitely. But another strike continues. I wonder why there was no major industry-wide strike during President Trump's administration. Maybe because he had lower inflation and unemployment. He was more concerned about people having jobs than imaginary genders in Ukraine. When people have a higher cost of living due to Biden inflation, they are going to want to be paid more. However, the more that it costs to produce a product, the more the product has to be sold for. This means that the price of everything is going up because of this strike. Name one industry that is not related to the auto industry. I will wait. In the meantime, everyone else probably wants me to go on to the next article. Dress code is back. After John Fetterwoman made it a point to eliminate the dress code so that he could dress like he lives under a bridge, the dress code was brought back. During the mostly peaceful protest of January 6th, we were told that these were hallowed halls. I am glad that the dress code is back. That is a time to look professional. Feinstein's passing. Dianne Feinstein has died. I do not rejoice in her death. I have experienced loss and know the pain that this is going to bring to her friends and family. However, there are others in the conservative movement that have no couth. Whether that be this article from the Babylon Bee that I believe is in poor taste, or a discount code for ammunition. There are some things that simply should not be said. Disagree with her policies, but do not speak ill of the dead. I certainly hope that she accepted Jesus Christ into her heart. Pulling the alarm. One of the most cliché pranks done by school children is pulling the fire alarm. Apparently, school children are not the only ones who will pull this prank. Democrat Jamal Bowman pulled the fire alarm but claims it was an accident. I am not sure how you get an accident like that, but here we are. This disrupted the vote on a government spending bill. Normally, disrupting government proceedings is a serious crime. When people were led into the Capitol and disrupted proceedings, they were arrested. When a Democrat disrupts proceedings, it is an accident. He should just be tried under the law of disrupting the proceedings, and we would all go on with our lives. However, I would like to point something out. If this was a Republican, the fake news would never shut up about it. They would also find a way to bring in Russia collusion again. The fact that this is a Democrat means that they have to defend him. Forceful selling of property. In some states, you do not have to pay sales tax on a used car based on how much you actually paid. You pay taxes based on what the car is valued at. Buying a car from grandma for $100 sounds like a good investment, until you learn that the car is valued at thousands of dollars and the taxes are more expensive than the product. This is why taxation is theft. But back to the news. A judge has decided that President Trump has been undervaluing his property. This is apparently the purview of judges when impeachment scams did not work. work. If Donald Trump never ran for president, or ran as a Democrat, this would never have come up. Either way, the judge made this decision even though similar properties in New York are listed at about the same price. Supposedly, there's also a wooded and undeveloped property that is selling at what the judge says that Trump Tower is worth. The judge has ordered President Trump's property sold and a fine be levied. If the judge can bankrupt President Trump, he will not be able to run.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Executing child rapists. There are a lot of things that you can do with the single most deplorable criminals on the face of the earth. You could physically castrate them, or in Florida's case, you could execute them. As for me, I have mixed feelings about the death penalty, but that is another topic for another day. I cannot think of many reasons that an adult would want to talk to a child about things of a sexual nature without his parents knowing about it. Except for something like this. Executing these people might just keep them out of Florida. They might also get rid of a few groomers and drag show performers at the same time.
One can only hope.
DEI Backfires. Harvard was established to train preachers. Now it is an abominable cesspool of liberalism. One such facet of said cesspool is the DEI training. Their own diversity experts are admitting that their policies make things worse. When you judge people as a group and attribute qualities to said group, that is stereotyping. It is normally frowned upon except when it is anti-whiteism. However, their solution is not to get rid of this policy that makes things worse. Their solution is to double down and just try again. Just like the people who think socialism will work if we just try it again. Controlling abortion language. Tuberville is still being attacked for not wanting the government to pay for killing babies. I do not see how such a position is controversial, yet here we are. Instead of just suspending the money for killing children, like Harvard, the VA is doubling down. In a leaked video, the VA is telling providers to promote abortion. This is patently illegal, as the federal government is no longer allowed to promote this infanticide. They are even telling their providers not to say baby because this humanizes the child, or mother because apparently people without the equipment can get pregnant. If our government can choose who lives and who dies, you and I might be next. LGBT traffic light. Oxford University, like Harvard, started as a school to train preachers. The founders must be utterly aghast to see what is happening here. Oxford Student Faith Action published a report about churches. More specifically, their stance on the LGBT agenda. Level 5 means that the church teaches that homosexuality is sinful. Level 4 means that homosexuality is rarely mentioned. Level 3 means that so-called cis-normativity is passive. Level 2 means that the LGBT agenda is supported. Level 1 means that the LGBT agenda is praised. The group also targets conversion therapy, which according to the group can be something as simple as praying with the person. Even so, the questions to determine the status were biased. One such question might be, do you support LGBTQ rights or are you a homophobe? This represents the either-or fallacy. This is what happens when the church stands by idle and watches sin. 2 changes in Congress. Kevin McCarthy is no longer the Speaker of the House. He knew that he could be fired for not doing his job. When the leaders fear the people, there is freedom. When the people fear their leaders, there is tyranny. Right now, there are a few choices for who will fill the role. My vote is Donald Trump, as he has consistently stood on principle. Meanwhile, in the Senate, Governor Newsom has chosen a black woman who does not even live in California to replace Feinstein. Like Karine Jean-Pierre, Ketanji Brown Jackson, and many others, she was not chosen for her merits. Imagine hiring someone for any job based only on the number of boxes they checked. Ironically, the liberal outlets are already claiming that she might divide the Democrats. They already admit that Democrats do not like Brandon. 2 changes in Congress, and both might actually work out in our favor. Maybe I'm just blowing smoke. Maybe I'm completely off my rocker, but that is just my opinion. Now don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more. But before you go, on the left I have last week's video, but you may also enjoy the video on the right.